7. Climate Leaders. Source: Time. By visualgk.com. The innovation pipeline is very exciting. One piece of R&D can benefit millions of farmers. That's pretty dramatic, for both health and agriculture. Bill Gates. Gates is the founder of Breakthrough Energy, BE, considered among the most influential, early-stage venture capital funds, in the energy and decarbonization space. This August, BE began raising $1 billion for its third venture fund, with the aim of increasing the number of companies it invests in by 40%, bringing it to a total of 140 initiatives across a variety of industries, from energy to agriculture. The world needs to stop procrastinating and spreading disinformation that's standing in the way of what science tells us we must do. John Kerry. Kerry is the U.S. Special Presidential Envoy for Climate. In 2021, he launched the First Movers Coalition, which led companies to commit $12 billion toward cleantech products. Last year, Kerry helped initiate the Energy Transition Accelerator, an offset program that aims to mobilize up to $139 billion by 2030. A phase-down of fossil fuels is inevitable. It is essential. Now, in order for us to cope with it, we need to look for every possible way to phase up the new sources of energy that have zero carbon. We need to eliminate all emissions. Sultan Al Jaber. Al Jaber is CEO of the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, co-founder of renewable energy company Masdar, and president of the 2023 COP28 Climate Conference, in Dubai. Like cigarettes, we should ban the advertising of high-carbon products. Paul Dickinson. Dickinson is founder of the Carbon Disclosure Project, CDP, a leader in encouraging corporate transparency on climate and environmental impact, whose system is used by more than 20,000 companies. In 2023, the CDP announced it will add plastics to its disclosure framework. Climate change is a market failure. History shows that the most effective solutions to market failure involve the visible hand of government. None of the major technological breakthroughs of recent history were produced by the invisible hand alone. Naomi Oreskes. Oreskes, a Harvard professor in the history of science, has written exposés on the corporate effort to undermine the overwhelming scientific consensus about human-caused climate change. The best climate technology is nature itself. Intact forests, wetlands, mangroves, and green corridors are powerful tools to mitigate climate change impacts. Carlos Manuel Rodriguez. Rodriguez is CEO and chairperson of the Global Environment Facility, the world's leading trust fund for biodiversity and environmental protection, which recently launched a fund to help implement the coming Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework to put nature on a recovery path by 2030. There are three clear transformations that need to happen: energy, mobility, and circularity. With the first two, we are well on the way. But we don't see the same for circularity. Circularity needs to happen for us to be able to reuse waste. Jesper Brodin. Brodin is CEO of Ikiona Inca Group. The furniture giant this year replaced fossil fuel-derived glues with bio-based adhesives in its products. He is also co-chair of the World Economic Forum's Alliance of CEO Climate Leaders. What is the single most important action you think the public, or a specific company, or government, needs to take? Financial institutions must stop financing, insuring, or investing in new fossil fuel expansion. Alternatives exist. Lucy Pinson, founder of Reclaim Finance, which this year released an influential report analyzing emission reduction targets in the oil and gas industry. A commitment by governments around the world to triple global renewables capacity and double the rate of energy efficiency improvements by 2030. Fatih Birol, Executive Director of the International Energy Agency, which called on oil and gas companies to commit to reducing emissions from their operations and energy use by 60% by 2030. Please like, share and subscribe. visualgk.com